Welcome back to our cerec online training module. This module is going to be on imaging for the blue cam. Now there are two camera systems available with Sirona. One is the blue cam, which today's module is going to be about, and the second is the OmniCam, which is brand spanking new, and we will get some video footage of that later, and obviously in the hands-on we'll get you on both machines. One thing to note, when you're using the blue camera, one of the things we need to do in a patient's mouth is we have to prepare the surface of the teeth to accept the image. We call it powdering. Now the purpose of the powdering is simply to get a matte finish over everything, because like all cameras there is a light source, and with this particular light source we don't want to get any glare because we need our camera to see depth. Now a cool thing is with the OmniCam we are able to control depth of field without having to powder. But what I want to show you is an easy powdering technique here. So we've got a little can. I'm going to bring this in. It comes with a can. Let's see. Here's a Sirona's version right here, Opti Spray. Ivoclar makes a spray. Lots of folks make a spray, but to be honest with you, the Opti Spray by Sirona is actually the easiest one to use. So it is kind of a dusting that you're going to put on. And the real key is to try and powder the occlusal table last, because you want to get an even thickness of the powder on your model. So if you think about it, it's really easy to hit the occlusal table. Powder is inherently going to spray on this surface. The more challenging areas for us to powder in a patient's mouth are the vertical surfaces, so the buccal, the lingual, maybe distal, maybe mesial, depending on the preparation we have, how many preps we have. So the key to powdering, to keep it simple, is you're going to try to powder the vertical surfaces, kind of like a long sweeping motion. I usually start from posterior and come anterior, posterior, come anterior. You can go vice versa, back and forth. So just like you were spray painting a wall, you're going to come back and forth and back and forth. Now inherently when you do that, as you'll see, you're going to get some spray on this occlusal table. If once you have powdered the buccal and the lingual, the powder has adequately covered the occlusal table, you're finished. If you need to touch it up a little bit, you can. And what you want to try to avoid is sticking in one spot with powdering, because it tends to clump. And as you can imagine, we've created this really nice finish line. If we over powder, if we put too much on there, this nice space, this sulcus we have, can fill in with the powder, and it's really difficult to read the finish line. So we're going to powder this. We're going to image this, and then simultaneously what you'll see on the side is what it looks like on the screen itself. Let's see how we do here. We're going to get our can, give it a little spray to start. We're going to start on our vertical surfaces, and I'll let you know here, it is much more challenging to powder on a Typodont than it is in a patient's mouth. And then as you can see, just by powdering the vertical surfaces, I've really gotten the occlusal table. Now for some reason I think I haven't, I can come and do that. And what you have is a nice even coat. That's what you're looking for. This powder particularly is a little blue, so it's easy to read in a patient's mouth. And like I said, that took about 20 seconds on a Typodont. It takes about 15 seconds in the mouth, so long as you can maintain retraction and isolation. So that's powdering. Now the next step we need to do is capture it, right? So let's see here. We're going to click next on our machine, get that going. And the key to imaging, remember your blue cam, it's got a pretty good sized camera on it. It's going to be a little bit challenging for you to see what I'm doing here. I'm just going to click these pictures and explain it as I go, and you'll see it very much on the other screen. Maybe I can turn it to the side here. But the real key is you're going to capture the most posterior tooth first, and you're going to work your way anterior. And I'm being very careful to capture these pictures in the path of draw, because whatever I see with my camera on my screen is what I see on my computer. Now, I know that's difficult for you to see from that angle, but if you watch the other side of your screen, you'll see what it looks like on the cerec machine itself. And that's pretty much how simple it is with Blue Camera. Like I said, beautiful part of all this is Omnicam makes the whole thing easier.